Okay, so in this here, I just want to explain why our hypotheses, the null and alternative, are written the way they are for this example. So again, what we have here are our test scores, and the students in each group, in this group, they were studying with a constant sound in the background. This group, there was random sound. In this group, there was no sound. And we had the test scores. I'm not going to write those down. But notice there's three groups. So the null hypothesis, every time for ANOVA, is going to be the average, in this case, the average of our test scores. But the average for group 1 is going to equal the average for group 2 equals the average for group 3. They're all the same. That's the null hypothesis every time for ANOVA. If I had 4 groups, I would tack on another equals mu4. All right? But that every time, you just got to remember that. Okay? And every time, what is the alternative? And I want to explain what this means. The alternative is at least one of these mu I, at least one, mu1 differs from mu2 and mu3, or mu2 differs from 1 and 3, or mu3 differs from 1 and 2. At least one of them is different from the others. It's not saying they're all different. This is a mistake that people make. So I want to make sure we understand the logic here. The alternative is just saying that at least one of them is different from the other ones. Yeah? We'll learn later how to figure out if that's true. If we get a small p-value and it's statistically significant, and we reject the null in favor of the alternative is at least one of them is different from the other ones. Which one is different? Or which ones are different from the others? We'll learn how to figure that out. But the mistake people make here is this, that the average of mu1, the average 1, is not the same as average 2, is not the same as average 3. That's not what the alternative is. It's not saying they're all different. The alternative is at least one of them is different from the other. So just remember that. Every time the null hypothesis, depending on how many groups we have, all the groups are equal. The alternative, every time, is going to be at least one of the groups, the average of at least one of the groups is different from the others.